Well, as promised, new engines equals new adventures. So today, we're headed to Key West.
So we picked up our clearance already on the ground before we fired up. So we got cleared to Key West as filed, 1010 minutes, 127.05, and squawk 4574. So I'm gonna go ahead and put in a squawk code 4574. Now do you want to go ahead and try to put it in flight?
Yeah, what was the first button? I don't remember.
So first button is you come here to FMS.
Okay.
There you go. And now you just tap on the screen where the line is. And go ahead and put in Goody. And then put in KTAR, which is KARTR. Yep. And then Key West, which is Kilo Echo. There you go. Boom. And just activate the flight plan. It's that easy.
Yes, it is.
Anyone can do it. You come here to map, and you can see this is where we're going. There's our route. Yep, a little bit over water. But we have 2 engines, and we have some life preservers. So.
Oh, I got it on the first try. Look at that.
That was awesome. See? I can teach it just yet.
3175 Whiskey Punta Gorge Tower, fly runway heading runway 15, clear for takeoff. Cessna traffic approaching on 2 mile left base.
Clear for takeoff, 15, runway heading for 75 Whiskey. Alright. Got 15. It is hot, so we're going to put our fuel pumps on low. There we go. Ends off our left. Power is looking good. Alright, we got fuel flow. Airspeed is alive. 84 knots. Rotate. Positive rate. Look at that crab. Gears up.
Turn 75 Whiskey, contact Fort Myers departure. Have a great flight, Sam.
Departure, good day, 75 Whiskey. Departure, Baron 3175 Whiskey 500, climbing 2000.
3175 Whiskey, Fort Myers departure, radar contact. I'm going to maintain 5,000.
Alright, let's adjust for flying power. I'll bring it back to 25 inches.
November 75 Whiskey, turn right heading 180 for the climb, maintain 10,000.
180 and 10,000 for 75 Whiskey. Alright, we just got cleared to climb up to 10,000, which will get us above this hot air and these few bumps we got going on here. Jess, you get back there?
I feel so good. I feel so
good.
good.
I don't know what you're doing back there.
Make sure my air text is working.
Yeah, actually I need a text. I need to text Terry. So I may have you do it. Let him know do what our ETA is.
Number 75 Whiskey, proceed direct Key West.
Oh, it's David. That's
Direct Key West, 75 Whiskey. Alright, so let's go direct. We don't want Goody, we don't want Carter, but we do want Key West. Enter, enter.
November 75 Whiskey, direct Carter is available to keep you over the water if you prefer, correction, over the land if you prefer direct Carter.
Direct Key West is fine, 75 Whiskey.
75 Whiskey, roger, thank you.
So we are currently direct Key West. We're above this cloud layer. You can feel it got smoother the minute we got above the cloud layer. That's kind of what summer flying is all about, even though it's not
Number 886,
totally summer yet.
Cleared visual approach, runway 15, contact Punta Gorda Tower.
You find usually once you're above the clouds, it's great. The minute you descend below them, you get that bumpiness.
Problem, thank you.
So then it becomes all about slowing down. And so that's the key to turbulence. especially on bumpy days, is just slow down. Tends to make it a lot easier, a lot better. Got my RPM at 2500 for climb power setting. Starting to cool off. It was above 90 degrees. It's now about 65 degrees at altitude.
Now, are we still doing the 65-75?
We are not. These engines are broken in. I've got probably in excess of 13 hours on them, 14 hours. I've got to see what the Hobbs has done.
33 feet.
But the indication is not the Hobbs time. It was based on oil consumption and temperatures. Well, the temperatures, you know, were normal pretty much from the get-go. In my flight where he was teaching me about engine braking process, in the very beginning we had a little bit of high temperatures, and that's kind of the last time I've seen 400 degrees on takeoff was there, and that means that the rings are seating and everything is falling into place, and that's why temperatures don't get hot like that on takeoff anymore. But we had to continue the process for longevity and long term, and now the oil consumption's kind of sat, and that's the indication of the engines are broken in when the oil consumption stops and it finds its sweet spot.
Now, I just saw the annunciator flicker.
So the annunciator here, this is the AirTux annunciator, and basically when it flickers, it's just registering to the unit. So that way whenever a text comes in, we don't have to sit there and hold the phones. It'll come up and say who the text is for.
Okay.
So the text for me, it'll come up on here and say Christopher.
Okay.
And so if you get a text, it'll then say...
Boo Boo Love Muffin?
Boo Boo Love Muffin.
Yeah.
Or whatever name you happen to put in. In your case, Boo Boo Love Muffin.
Thanks, Ashley.
I didn't know if you were actually going to repeat that.
Yeah, why not?
I was just debating if I was going to I was going to say it or not.
Oh, well. Ain't fun if it's not there. Getting good pictures, Jess?
I am.
It's different up here, isn't it?
42,
Yeah.
contact Miami, approach 133.77.
I'm
1180, descend and maintain 1000.
excited that Terry invited us down to the Keys for the weekend.
That's awesome. So, I'm not sure what we're going to do, but when you get an invite to go down to the Keys, it's kind of hard to turn those down, so...
To be honest, even if we do anything, nothing, just hang out, have a fun weekend.
You know, with all the craziness we've been having between work, getting the airplane back, all the flying, the meetups, breakfast flying, I'm ready for a little R&R.
Exactly. Exactly.
I almost don't even want to go anywhere in Key West. I almost just want to sit back, sit by the pool, sit by the water, put my feet up,
Miami Center 125.07.
and just forget the world.
Oh, that happened.
Change in pressure.
Be careful opening your beverage, Jess.
750 Tango Golf, Miami Center, right across. Got to maintain 9,000.
Looks like we're over the water, but you can see here. Actually,
20 miles.
water's right off to our right, or to our left.
The land is right off to the left. That too?
You can see the land right off to the left. I know what I meant in my mind.
Uh-huh. It's okay.
7 miles northeast of
Let's take a look ahead at the weather in Key West.
The Miami altimeter 3011.
Go ahead, come to the info, look at the METAR for the weather.
4240, you plan on following the coastline of Vero Beach?
And the winds are 100 at 12. Oh, Terry said it was windy down there. That's not windy. Visibility 10, clear to 12,000. Oh, yes. Temperature 84. I think it's actually a little cooler down there.
It is actually. The
424, roger, maintain
heat
VFR.
wave stopped about Daytona-ish. And luckily didn't hit South Florida as much.
So if you want to go ahead and load up the ATIS
07 Charlie,
in here,
frequency 128.17.
all you got to do is turn this knob right here. And it brings up the airport. So you can see there's the ATIS.
Alright.
So that's highlighted. So you can double tap it, or actually just tap it once, which you did. That puts it in the standby. So if you just hit the frequency swap, that puts it now in the primary. While you're here, the next besides that, we're going to want to hear the tower.
Number 4312 Papa, you radar
So go ahead and find the tower.
Squawk VFR.
Rest tower.
Frequency change approved. Numerous targets between you
There
and
you
the
go.
vicinity of Marathon.
And it's there. So we'll
So
talk to ATIS first and then tower.
I'm going to listen to ATIS. Once we get to ATIS, Then you'll come back here. Then you'll put tower into, out of standby,
Highway.
into the active, and then we'll load ground.
Traffic 11 o'clock, 3 miles, correction, westbound, out to the
But you
cage.
can't do that yet.
No, I know, I'm just looking.
Yep.
Looking for
So let's go ahead and listen to you.
Wind 112, visibility 10. Sky clear, temperature 290.21, altimeter 3007. Landing departing runway 9, visual approaches are in use. Use pattern for
718 Tango Lima,
the airport.
send to maintain 4,000.
For instructions, Bose Airman.
Down to 4,000.
Loading options for runway 9, passengers are out of service. Taxiway off 5 is closed. Advise me to contact you for information, Bravo.
All right, so we have Bravo. Runway 9 is the active. So I'm gonna have you go ahead and load the procedure. Go ahead and hit the procedure button. And then you can turn this knob right here, or you can just touch it and go to RNAV for 9, because 9 is the active runway. So press enter. And then now we have to figure out what they're going to give us. So if you turn the inside knob, you can see how it's showing different waypoints.
Okay.
So based on where we're coming from, they could give us Sting. So go back up one. You see we're actually going to cross right over Sting. So go ahead and hit enter on Sting. And now we have it loaded. We didn't activate it, we have it loaded. And so if you scroll up here, you can see Sting, you can see all the different waypoints. So if all of a sudden I'm flying and they say, hey, expect the RNAV for 9, and they go, all right, go ahead and go direct Sting, then we have the waypoint. If I put vectors in, which you can do on a day like today, because odds are you're going to get the visual, not get an approach, then all of a sudden if they say, they give us a waypoint, like go direct Sting, well now I got to scramble for it. So I'd rather just have it in.
Altimeter 3011.
Thinking ahead.
Yep.
Alright, directive
Staying
course,
ahead.
so
The biggest key is always
the
trying to stay ahead.
5 arrival.
So we have our
Course
ATIS.
at 250, 10,000.
So now that we
we
have our ATIS, you can go ahead and make the tower active on the bottom one, because we use the bottom one for all.
3175 Whiskey Cross, 30 miles north of Key West at a maintain 4,000.
30 north of Key West at 4,000 for 75 Whiskey. Okay, so before we do that, let's do this right away just to make sure we're good. So I'll come to FMS, and then here's Keys West. So he wants me to pass across 30 nautical miles before Key West
At 4,000.
at 4,000.
Now
If I'm
this,
doing that, it shows me right here, my descent rate is
Standby.
525 feet right now.
3142, contact Miami approach 120.5.
So which means I like to descend at 500 feet a minute, so we want to start descending.
Flight 3142, Miami approach 120.5.
So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to turn off the altitude hold for the autopilot. I'm going to take my power and I'm going to bring it back about 4 inches. So we're at 20, so I'm going to bring it back to about 16.
30 Juliet Sierra, Miami Center, Roger. Clear direct Marathon, direct Key West. The Key West altimeter 3007.
Now as the power comes back,
Left call.
you can see here we're starting to descend.
November 241, Charlie Mike, go ahead.
So there we are, we're descending at 500 feet per minute. So now I haven't touched
241 Charlie Mike,
anything,
just off Marathon.
and we're descending.
241 Charlie Mike.
So at this point, all I got to do is,
4731
as we descend, my power will increase, and I'll just keep bringing it back. My fuel flow is lower, my airspeed has not changed. My mixtures haven't changed, nothing's changed. And so I'll just keep managing the power all the way down to 4,000 feet.
Miami Center.
Much easier way to fly. You don't gotta push controls, you don't do anything crazy.
424,
you're just
altitude
essentially in a
discretion,
slow
maintain
descent
VFR.
versus saying, okay, now I'm going to go down.
Right, but not only that, but now I'm not having to
241
push
Charlie
the
Mike,
nose
radar
over.
contact 6 miles
I'm
northeast
not
of
having
Marathon
to
Airport. And clear to the Lakeland Airport.
to do any
direct Lee
significant
County is
changes,
filed.
retrim the airplane.
Common maintain
I
8,000.
didn't touch anything. I
Verify
just touched
leading
power.
4,500.
So go ahead and switch the tower over.
241
Now we have our ATIS in a standby, but we don't want the ATIS.
3009.
We have the ATIS. So next thing we want is ground.
Ground. So, which
So
is
there's
over
ground.
here.
So you either double tap it or you double tap it. You have it. It's there. It says Fort Myers because of our location. When we
Oh.
get closer, the identifier will know we're closer and it'll change over.
Okay.
That's it. So double tap it or press enter. In your case, you double tapped it. Now we're done here. Just can go back to the map page. We can see where we're at. We can get rid of some of all these extra landmarks. We can bring this back to the SPS page. And we just monitor this all the way down.
Oh, look at that. Huh.
Oh.
You can't always do them.
120.5,
recap 4396, good day.
Miles, we're leveling off at 4,000 feet.
Right, one, you familiar with the restricted area?
Normally I would just leave the power here, but since we're still 30 miles out, I'll start adding power back to where we were. You can see I haven't touched the trim, I haven't touched anything. That stopped our descent. We're good. Alright, so now we have, we're on vectors now on a 180 heading for the visual for 9. So I tell you what, Kim, why don't you go ahead and activate vectors to final, because we're now on vectors for the approach.
Okay.
So do you know how to do that? Hit the procedure button.
We're gonna go procedure.
And then go ahead and select the RNAV, hit enter.
9, and vectors.
And then go ahead and hit activate the approach. Now we're on vectors, so I go ahead and turn this to 090.
This will be the second time I've ever been to the Keys.
Wow.
Me too.
This will be my second too.
Yeah.
No. That's awesome.
Well, no, Jess and I went on a school field trip long time ago.
Oh, this will be my third then.
That's it. That's the inclusion of what I have for Keys.
Yeah.
I forgot about that one.
Yeah.
And 75 Whiskey has a field inside.
Elementary school, I believe.
Keep on to visual approach from Manana, contact International Trail, 11.2.
Put the visual over the tower, 75 Whiskey.
My first honeymoon was in the Keys.
Where was your third? Key West Tower, Baron 3175 Whiskey on the visual for 9er.
So that's naval base.
3175 Whiskey Key West, Tower, runway 9, clear to land.
Runway 9er, clear land, 75 Whiskey. Yeah, we're gonna go due straight, the airport's right there. Just off to the left.
Okay, so the boat in the middle of the...
That's not the right, we're gonna go left. We're gonna actually fly over that and then turn left. The airport is actually, so you see with there's a little island there, it looks like a little cove.
Yeah.
On the other side of that cove, you see a little white area.
Kind of.
Kind of. You'll see as we get closer. Yeah, well, yeah, I know, but a little long. So you see where on the far island, you see dark green, then open white area. That open white area is actually the Key West.
Yeah, this is something that I need practice on, actually.
Finding airports?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely a learned behavior. All right, you're going down.
Say again. Stand by. 6, monitor ground, 180.
Approach flaps.
Number 75 Whiskey, Trevor Depart, Cheer, correction, departing prior to arrival is a Kinger.
Roger that, 75 Whiskey. Got the traffic, and he is
500.
towards the end of the runway. All right, we are 500 feet, got 3 green, we are clear to land, and that traffic is no factor. Wind's off our right.
Got it. It's a huge school.
Number 4 Foxtrot Delta, contact new departure, good day, safe flight. Over to departure, have a good day and a good holiday. 4 Foxtrot Delta, see you.
All right. I don't get little stall chirps very often. That means I'm doing good. Well, welcome to Key West. Woo! We are here. How awesome is this?
All the GA planes.
Oh yeah. Turn off here on Delta. Look, U.S. Customs. Got Delta. Delta on Delta. Look at that.
Delta what? Oh, on Delta.
This is taxiway Delta.
And
The flamingo on the wing.
it's called a silver, I think is what it said.
That was a nice flight.
It was a nice
Got to
lake.
go over the water.
It was beautiful.
Got to come over to Key West. Actually, definitely cooler here and less bumpy here than it was when we left Southwest Florida. All right, guys. Key West time.
So here we are, we're in Key West. They just pulled the plane away. So what do you want to do first?
Nothing.
Nothing it is. You know, I go to pick up my airplane and I find Greg, and I come to Key West, and I don't know, I kind of think that might be Greg.